What's going on, party people? It is shed night. Now it's still mildly daylight, but the sun's going down. It's summer. It takes longer. Anyway, behind me, over there in the corner, the red thing you can kind of see sticking out the top there, is my rotisserie that I bought a little ways back. We need to get that out and rebuild it because I have a car that needs to go onto it. Of course, I bought it cheap and it's garbage. No mind the Barrow collection and the kids' bikes. This is it here. So, story time. Brace yourself. I bought it cheap because I buy everything cheap and everything is cheap doesn't work. It's kind of my thing, I guess. I don't know why it is, but it is what it is. I paid $300 for it. All right, that's why that's it. And it needs a bit of work, which is fine. Now we'll go back a little bit. Right? So I was going to build a rotisserie, and I bought all the steel for it. That's kind of over there. In that little area there, there's some blue steel there. That was going to be my upright posts and whatnot. And then I jumped on Evil Bays and I bought these hydraulic rams down here, which are just the rams out of like an engine crane. You get them on eBay. I think they were $70 each, something like that. They were cheap. So I was going to build a rotisserie. And then I found this one for $300. Been sitting outside, it's a bit average. Now, it just happens to be these hydraulic rams here are also the same as the ones that they use in the engine cranes that you buy, the cheap Chinese ones. So I happen to have the bits I need to fix the rams because they are rusted and seized and foobarred, basically. And I also got some bigger wheels for it. The wheels are short, and so I bought some big casters. So it's really the long and short of it. Don't have the center bar, so I've got a piece of steel for a center bar. I've got everything I need to make it work, that's what I'm saying. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull it out. We'll put some new jacks in it, or hydraulic rams, whatever you want to call them. And I've got the steel over there, and I've got the caster wheels over here. I dug them out and found them. So let's get after it. Right, the caster wheels don't steer very well at all. They're very small, and they're very plasticky. Get over there, you bugger. So that's why they're going. Actually, all of them still work. They're just crap. And the hydraulic ram shot. So, lay it down. Hopefully those hydraulic rams I've got are going to work. Oh, it's meant to have a wheel there. That makes sense. Oh, she's rusty. We'll ignore that. So maybe a little rusty. I don't think it's a big deal. It's pretty heavy steel. Doesn't look like it's... Oh, it's just that crappy E-coat from China. I don't think that's a big deal. Should be good. I think that's fine. We're gonna ignore it. This is the ram. She's a little rusty, and then it's kind of a lot rusty with the bit that runs through the seal. So it's foobarred. So I'm gonna undo it here and over here and fook it off and grab a new one. Knock these little fellows out. Thankfully this part, much as the rest of it's rusty, this part is not. Thankfully, because I haven't got any big bolts. These are pretty big bolts. So that is a bonus. Hopefully, if I am lucky enough, with a bit of sheer ass, these other ones I've got will fit. They look like they're about the right length. I can't see what's on the top of this, but I'm assuming it's probably close to being correct. Got out. One wasn't even loose. There's a bolt missing here too, so we might have to do some strengthening. Oh yeah, it's that one. Go grab the other one, see if he's the same. Oh, definitely got no oil in it either. It's bad. These have been sitting around a long time. I can't even remember how far back I started to make a rotisserie. But I want to say it was a while ago, a couple of years, so I've had them a while. And I moved all this stuff from the other workshop too, so I guess it's just all been laying around. What do we got? Far out. I swear all this stuff, other than the base, there's a mild difference in the bottom of it. I swear all this stuff comes out of the same part of China. Like, did they just give them like a blueprint and just give it to everyone and go, hey, this is how we're going to make this jacking thingy. And we're going to use it on engine cranes and rotisseries. I don't know. Anyway, that one's busted. This one looks good. Sounds like it might have a wheel in it. don't know. Surely they wouldn't ship it full of oil, right? Anyway, I do have 3 of these. The original rotisserie idea was going to be open at the front, so I could slide the chassis in and out from under the car, but I've done things a different way, and that's not necessary anymore, so this will work just fine. Not having that caster wheel, I don't know if that's good or bad, but it just has to be good now, because I don't have it. I don't think I'm going to add it. I think that the way I'm going to run a big beam through the center, even though it's the way it's designed, I'm going to use pretty heavy walls, so hopefully it doesn't have much deflection. I'm assuming that's there for deflection, I don't know. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge at some juncture. Let's see if this bad boy fits. Where are we? Bolt goes through hole. Yep. That fits. That fits, so I guess the top will probably fit too. I feel like we're onto a winner here. Which is good, because I didn't measure anything or double check anything. I just went, yeah, I've got those jacks there, they're going to work. Because, well, even if they didn't work, I have a welder and a grinder, and we were just going to make them work. So that's not the end of the world. Bit of a typical Chinese, very simple fit-up system. I don't know if I'd stand this up a jacket or a little jack laying down, but I'm going to find out right now. Locked off with a jack. The negatory on the jacking arrangement. Have a look at that. So I stood it up and now it jacks. I guess it just doesn't jack on its side. I thought maybe it needed oil, but I guess they sent it full of oil. Come on now. This may take a minute. I'd speed up the film, but I don't know how to, so, you know, I apologise right now, but we're nearly there. Yeah, man, this is gonna, oh, that's not gonna work there. This is gonna work sweet. These are basically the same unit, but mildly different, and you may notice the shaft is not covered in rust. Boom. Look at that. Every now and again, a bit of sheer ass does go my way. Is there a spring washer? That rusty little fellow there can go back on. Yeah, okay, cool. We're in the rotisserie game, I think, because the other end just needs the same jack added to it. So that'll be that. And then I just want to put the big caster wheels on. Maybe I can put one of those caster wheels in the middle, because I've got them. So I might as well utilise them in the centre of the unit. Ugh. I need to find a nut for there. Alright, I think before I go too far, I'll drag the other one out. We'll also replace its hydraulic ram and see if this is going to work out for us. Then we'll change the wheels. No point changing the wheels if it doesn't jack up. You probably guessed. It's the same. Didn't really have too many doubts about that. The cool feature about this unit is it's got this, which is how you rotate the car, and a handle would have gone in here and you would have like cranked the handle to turn the car and make it rotate. I don't have that, so that's no longer an option. It's just a rotatey one, and then this end here also is a rotatey one, and then you lock it off with these. So not all rotisseries come with the crank handle one, and it would have been nice if this worked, but it doesn't. So that is what it is. The old rams are here. One of them actually I got to move, and I found some shaft in it. So it's pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're just going to send them straight back to China, basically. Over here. Wah! Already on its way to China. Whoa! A bit heavy with one hand. Wah! There you go. Those guys are going to send it back to China for us. Good on them. Anyway, let's assess this. We need to go find some wheels. There. This is my junk corner. I'm not proud of my junk corner. This is where my car is meant to live. And I just keep piling crap in here, and I keep on buying Barra engines, which is just dumb. And then there's more junk in here, and there's a whole heap of wheels in there, and there's the cast wheels down there. So what I'm getting at, we have to go around the other side. Yeah, I've really got to stop. That's the seat out of the gasser. I just kind of, and look, the trailer's still full of gasser parts from the weekend. I can't tell you as much about the gasser right now. It's out at another workshop, getting work done. But it's coming back soon. That's why we're putting the rotisserie together. Come with me, little guys. They're heavy too. We're putting the rotisserie together so that we can bring it back. So there'll be a lot of updates coming soon to make more sense. So they're the wheels that are on it. These weird little plastic things. If something's going to carry a car, that doesn't look up to the task for me. So I jumped online and I have these. These are much bigger. These are 8 inch. Probably says it somewhere. I think they're 8 inches. They look more like 6 inches right now. Anyway, they're quite big, and they have cast alloy. They have bearings in them. They're lockable. They've got a bearing swivel top, and they got nice soft wheels so that they can just roll over stuff and not get so badly jammed up like steel wheels do. So we got 4 of those to go on. I'm pretty sure, if my little mind tells me right, I got 4 corners locking, 2 corners locking. I think I got 4 corners locking from memory. So yeah, my layer's back on its backside. These are bolted on. I'm gonna knock them off, and I'm probably just gonna weld them on, because yeah, that's more than likely what I'm gonna do. So the wheels are bolted on. We just got 4 bolts to hold them on. That's what it looks like off. That's the other one. So all I'm going to do is knock these off and weld them to the perch, just like I did on this side over here. It ain't pretty, and it melted the little orange piece that seals the bearing from dust and stuff, which is probably not overly desirable, but it'll be joined under here. So, you know, it's going to get covered in sandblasting, grit and all sorts, so it's probably not going to be great for it, but it is what it is now. So I'm just going to zing these off. Come on. Thankfully they still come undone. Betas not needed. I could have welded some new pads on here, but I don't have the steel to do that. So this is what I've got. So this is what I'm doing. I'm going to grind all this up. Where's my bit of timber? Grind the purchase point up because it's not real good. And then just grind this coating off the edge of the caster wheel. I know it's going to melt the seal out. Actually, I might be able to pop the seal out on this. I can pop the seal out. I'm going to pop the seals out, that way I don't melt them again. So melt the other one into next year, essentially. It will be nice to stop some grinding dust, and I suppose pump some new grease in there because there's nothing else plasticky in there, and they'll be okay. So yeah. Oh no, my seal! Stay away from the heat, little buddy. You won't make it. And that is the second one done. How do I pick this up? Oh, it's not too bad. Oh, take it back, Debbie. Oh. Well, I made it a lot higher. I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but they are big wheels, and that's what I really wanted. So it'll move around a lot easier. We need to go tackle what we're going to do in the middle now. I think for the working it out, they go all the way through. It's a through piece of steel. I think I'm going to make a small piece so they can both go together, like bolted together, so that I can transport this a lot easier as one unit. And then I'll make up probably 2 pieces with a joint in the middle to go to the span length of the car. So, I don't know, that'll do. That's a good enough plan. Let's do that. So the back upright, wheels are good. That part's fine. But I do have a wee dilemma over here. This is a piece of the box I'm going to use to go in it. As you can see, we're a little gappy. And unfortunately, this retaining screw bolt doesn't go down far enough to hit this. Plus, I kind of need 2 boltings in this so that it sort of holds it to it and locks to it. It's 6mm wall, so being a little bit smaller won't hurt. And these box frames go all the way through, so I can protrude the other side. And I may need that. I do have this, which is the next size up. I've got a length of each of these. And I could remake this with that, but I think that's probably more work than I really feel like doing right now, when I can just do this and probably get the right piece of this at a later date. So, I have more bolts. These are 10mm, they are 12mm, they're slightly smaller. I'm just going to put one here, and that should do what I need it to do. Maybe a side one as well. Anyway, see how I feel. Anyway, pilot drill, bigger drill, and I'll just weld them in. That's my plan. That is that fellow and that fellow. So my plan here is, with these two bits, is to grab my bit of steel, not that piece, that's the larger section, this fellow right here. I'm just going to put it in between them and run down the nuts or bolts onto them, and then it'll just hold these two together. I think that other caster wheel, which was on each end of them, would prop it up so that you could wheel this around as a unit for storage. That's what I'm going with anyway. I think that's what it was there for. We don't have that anymore, so if I put them both together, well, they'll move together. I made a mini rotisserie. Not really sure what you'd put on it. Maybe you could put like a pedal car on here and restore a pedal car. Look how good this rolls. Like, just I can push it with one finger. Oh, I'm so happy with those wheels. They are amazing. So yeah, that's how it works. I guess as a rotisserie, it just needs to be a lot longer in the middle. So get out of it. So anyways, that it will solve that issue. See, these go all the way through. They're open on each end so that the bar can go through if it requires it, I suppose. So I think this will be just fine. If I ever get the chance to get another piece of steel in the future, I will. But I've already got these. They've been hiding down here for a long time. So that smaller one on the right is one we're going to use. He actually telescopes in the other one perfectly. Which here's the other one. And I was going to recut it and redo it, but I think this is fine. I'm not even mad about this. So here's what it is. I'm going to drag that out. That is 6 meters long, I think. 5 or 6 mil wall. 6 mil wall. It's very heavy, that's what I'm getting at. So we get that out, cut it in half, and use this piece to sleeve it, because when this extends in the center, we're going to have a join, so I can't just have 6 meters laying around, but 2 3-meter pieces are probably fine. And then when we get the car on there, I'll probably just cut the end off of what we don't want, and I might even just stitch weld the bar in the ends so that there's no movement in this whole unit. It makes it really super solid. So yeah, that's my plan. I got it out. It was heavy. As you can probably imagine that wall thickness. And I scored, man. It's not 6 meters. Yeah, see? Got a little extra for free. Mint. Anyway, I'm going to cut it in half at 3 meters. And then I'm going to use this piece over here. We'll put half of it back over the tube. And then the other half, the other piece of tube will slide into. And that way it will be rock solid and it won't have any, won't like bend in the middle, hopefully. That's the plan. So that's what I'm going with. Let's cut this fella. So what this gives me is I got my main beam, which I can cut to any length I need to. This is going to be the overlap join, so like that goes halfway in, this will go halfway into that piece. And these are a really tight tolerance, unlike the way that is. These are quite tight, so that works really well. That's the other beam, we'll cut that to length if we need to. They can protrude through the end here if I need it to do that as well. That thing just moves, eh? Oh, except if you hit a bunch of bolts that you took out earlier. But it just moves around so much nicer on those big wheels. I'm very happy about that. So I'm going to stick it over there. And today is Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. It's dark. See, it is a shed night. It's dark. It's Queensland in summer. Just took a while to get dark. I'm going to stick it in there for now. And then Monday, we're going to go put this car on here. And never done that before either. So that'll be interesting. So that'll be it for tonight. I'm just going to, like I say, wheel it over there. And it's all good to go for me on Monday. I'll take my 2 long pieces. I've got heaps of extra length on those, so I can cut them back to whatever I need them to be. So I don't know how long. I googled it, and it's nearly 5 meters long for an FB Holden. And mine's missing the front. The whole front end is in this trailer. So we don't have any of that gear on there, but a little bit more. A very wise Sparky once told me, you better be looking at it than looking for it. So I just work on that theory. I already had the 6 meter length. Cutting it in half was just the easiest way of getting around that. So yeah. That's my little cheap rotisserie. I don't know what it cost me in the end. $300 for the rotisserie. 70, so there's 140, so there's 470, 440 plus some steel. I don't know. Let's call it $600 for round numbers, and I've got a perfectly good functioning rotisserie without a crank handle. No, it's good enough maths, right? It's still better than what? I think they're $2,000 to buy the one with the crank handle, the more heavy duty one. And then, yeah, you get it shipped here and you have to build it. It's a freaking, all those bolts, it all bolts together. It would take me forever. So, I don't know. I still think this is a win. Anyways, with that being said, I'm going home. It is late. It's about 9 o'clock now and I've had enough for one night. So, thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys on whatever the next video is. Could be Ram. It's over there. It could be the gasser actually sitting here in the workshop for the first time in a year. Wait to find out. Oh, and you can definitely believe that I'm keeping these for another project. You can never have enough caster wheels lying around. So they're going back on the shelf.